Well, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? I want to introduce you to somebody. Chico, come say hello. Yeah? Yes. This is my boy, Chico. He's a very, very handsome poodle. And he's my good boy, my new boy. I'm very, very glad to have him and grateful. Too. Another thing I'm grateful for is in my pocket is a repaired pipe, and I promised I would tell you the story. Billy Sanders, known to some of you as a delightful person and most excellent pipe maker, did a repair on this after I dropped it onto the porch here when I sneezed. This pipe, yes, that is a white spot, is, according to its stamping, according to pipefill.eu, is a 1915 Dunhill. Now, that's pretty exciting all on its own. But it gets more exciting because I found it at the local flea market in a basket of pipes left over from an estate sale. And my wife spotted it first, and she said, "Hey," now the white spot was gone, but the dimple remained. "Hey, is that what I think it is?" And I looked and flipped it over and looked at the nomenclature stamped on the bottom of the pipe, and I said, "Well, if you were thinking of Dunhill, you were exactly right." And we both got kind of excited. And I said to the fellow, "How much do you want for these pipes?" And he said, $5 each. And I wasn't in the mood to talk him down any. I bought this one, and I bought a gold-banded, it was a nice pipe. Gold-banded pipe. Was it a Wiley? I think it might have been. Well, so it's back. Billy, that tenon broke off inside the mortise. And Billy said, using very finely graded tools, drill bits mostly, he was able to finally get it all clear after 8 hours of work. Well, man, what kind of human being does that? And the answer is a very exacting human being. And that's what Billy did. Of course, I offered him whatever he wanted for his troubles. And he refused any further payment than my friendship. Well, he had that before. He had that before. So I'm guessing this is how he shows me his. God love him. God love him. He's a good man. He has a good wife. They're good people. And he's a really good pipe carver. If you ever get the chance to see any of his work, and I know where some lives, you should avail yourself of it, at least to have a look. because it's remarkable. I'm going to load this pipe up. It was yesterday that Billy brought this in, and there was a young man who came before him, and he said, "I've got a present for you," and he hands me a tin of Kendall cream flake. Yeah, no kidding, Kendall cream. And I said, "Well, I don't mean to rain on this parade, but that can looks kind of beat up." He said, "Well, it's 20 years old." Yeah. So we opened it up, and sure enough, the sugar crystals were just glistening on this lovely tobacco. And what I'm going to do right now and at this moment is bust this up. Because Kendall flake is not the kind of, or Kendall cream is not the kind of flake you can just fold, is it? You don't know, you're a dog. You're a wonderful dog, though. Biggest part of the reason I brought Chico out to say hello was our friend John the Dale Piper. I love listening to his dog stories. And the story of his favorite country girl. That's marvelous, marvelous storytelling. And if you've not watched those videos from the Dale Piper, you really ought to. I am probably just going to blather on for a bit. And I know that is not the kind of thing you usually tune in for, and it's not the kind of thing that I usually set out to do. But it's been so long since we've had the chance to talk. I've been busy. And what I've been busy with, of course, is working in a retail shop in a tourist town during tourist season. Thanks to all of you who showed up. It was really great to see you. I know you saw a friendly and welcoming smile on my face most times. Sometimes the back pain gets to me. And other times, I win. My St. Benedict Zippo. My 1915 Dunhill. Full of 20-year-old Kendall cream. Now I want you to think about that. You ever read any cigar magazines? Like Aficionado or Snob? Those cigar magazines? Oh, they have some wonderful articles, don't they? And reviews of Cuban cigars. Now, for those of us in the United States, you're getting to read reviews of cigars you will never smoke. And watches you will never own. Cars you will never drive. And look at women that would probably be kind and polite to you. But that's if you ever met them. And you won't. Things you can't have. Well, you can't have this pipe. And I'm burning the tobacco. And you can't have my Zippo. And you can't have my dog. Unless I croak, and then I guess everything's up for grabs, isn't it? Tomorrow, after the liturgy in the morning, Qurbana as we call it, I will be going to Columbus, Ohio. Just in time to be terrifically late for the pipe show, but just in time to meet my new Archbishop, John Marcassian Lewis. And he is a very good man who, out of his cathedral, runs a soup kitchen. And did you know he's down there in the soup kitchen cooking and serving food to the poor? Because that's the kind of man he is. My present Archbishop, who will be commemorated as such at tomorrow's Qurbana for the last time as my superior, is retiring due to crippling back pain, scoliosis, degenerative disc disease, and sciatica. He is, in fact, the best man I know. And this horrid thing has happened to him through no fault of his own. No fault at all. He was born, I reckon, with the scoliosis. It's not something you can acquire. And gradually developed, because of it, the other afflictions. And has lived every day of all of these years in what amounts to a jiu-jitsu hold. His nerves in his back, coming down from his back to his legs and other parts of his body too, have been pinched pretty much his whole life. Nevertheless, he became a wonderful priest, did some time in a monastery, became a bishop, and then was elected our Archbishop. I've known him since November of 1978. 1978 was a big year for me. I graduated from high school, entered the University of Tennessee, began my studies to enter the Orthodox Church, and made friends with a man named Victor Heron. Tall, red-haired, and imperially slim, as the poem goes. I walked into the bookstore where he was working, and I said, "Do you have any books by Rabbi Isaac Luria?" And he said, "As a matter of fact, we do." And he had commentary on Rabbi Luria by Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. Now, I'm not Jewish, but what they had to say was of interest to me. And I studied what they had to say for a couple of decades. And then I figured I knew what it was they had to say. And that was enough. I'm glad that I did that. Most times. Other times I think, gosh, 20 years studying something that ultimately, of course, I would reject. But you can't reject it till you've seen it through. And that's how that works. Well, I guess that's how anything works. I certainly didn't reject Christianity. And later, after time in a seminary, time in a monastery, and time working in a nursing home as an oblate, I courted and married my wife and was ordained to the diaconate and then to the priesthood. Have I been glad about that every day? Well, yes, actually, I have been glad about that every day. They're not always happy, smiling occasions. Burying a parishioner is not a happy occasion. Burying one who died in childbirth is worse. That was probably the saddest. But what was the happiest? Any given Sunday. Any given Sunday is the happiest. Easter is the happiest. Christmas is the happiest. That time when, quite by accident, I thought on the Dormition of the Theotokos, when I broke the parishes, or the parish broke its previous attendance record. Oh, anybody else would think it was embarrassingly small, but it was still breaking our record at the time. And now it's any given Sunday. So I don't like to travel. And I have to. When I get there, it'll all be happy. It's just the going there and the coming back. That's all. Being where I am at any given time is happy. Well, I've received a lot of gifts since we last talked. I wouldn't know where to start to tell you about them. Father Brian Lehnert sent me some really wonderful stuff, including this Pesikanu from Turkey. It's Latakia Flake 20. I'm going to guess that means 20%, as opposed to, they make a 40, and that's fine too. I looked up that company, and it's a remarkable company, and the tobacco, boy, I can't recommend it highly enough, but unfortunately, you can't have it. You can't get it in this country. You have to send to Germany, I think, for it, because the big warning on it tells us that roking is toad-like. I received some more antique codger tobacco from North Georgia Piper. Thank you. And this delightful Kendall flake. And I think that's what I want to talk to you about. The thing I've received lately that makes me the happiest, look at him. Look at his beautiful face. Oh, John, you said this dog would be a joy to my heart. And you were exactly right. Well, God bless all of you. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back soon with something a little more directed, a little more cogent. Oh, and Saturday coming, Saturday, 1 week from today, I will be at the Pipe Cottage Pipe event in Gatlinburg, giving a talk on the pipe as an adjunct to non-discursive meditation. Dig that. All right, now, God bless you. Go away.